Welcome to another disgusting, despicable, outrageous, unbelievable, abominable episode of the apocalypse. I'm so glad you're here, all zero of you, for that is what I expected. I'd like you to picture a scenario. And the scenario is this. You're driving your car. The AI discovers that you are drunk, or it alleges you are. Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe the technology just sucks and fucks up all the time. You are in your car at the mercy of it. Whether you drink or not, as you are driving along, the AI decides you are drunk, shuts down your vehicle, and urges you to pull over or your vehicle will shut down within 1 minute. Once you get to the roadside, your car makes you aware that an officer or drone has been deployed, and you must wait there. And if you try and leave, that would be a crime. Why? Because your car, that AI, has reported you as drunk. That's why. And don't worry, they'll be able to find you via the tracking in your car or the flock stations you passed along the way. And you're sitting there waiting for an officer to show up while a drone is spinning above your car, wasting your bloody life because a bunch of fucking politicians got checks, and one group specifically called the right-wing machine developed this plan of omnipresent surveillance for Satan. And then the liberals at the end take checks and go along and vote for it as well to save the little children's. Of course, always. It's never the check. It's always the little children's. Right, Miss Cortez? Right, Mr. Schiff? I know. Remember that when your car gets shut down and the drone is spinning above it. On Roundup night. It's coming. Good luck. You voted for it. And the officer shows up under the assumption that you are drunk. Why? Because some goddamn AI told him so. Now you must convince a police officer that you are not drunk. And who knows when your car will be turned back on. How many of us would that happen to, I wonder? I never drink. But I am having recurring problems with AI attributing words to my name. Unjustly. And I am quite aware, since AI cannot even spell two-word phrases when I attempt to make a thumbnail with it, I fully expect if an AI is scanning you as you drive every day, for it to fuck up and shut your fucking car down, because it identifies you as tired or drunk or whatever. You may not have had a drop to drink in 20 years. The technology is garbage, and there will be many lawsuits over it. for its mischaracterizations of us. That is the problem I am having currently. So when that's installed in my car, how many times will it say I was drunk when I was not? How many times will it say I was distracted when I was not? Or tired when I was not? How many times will it shut my car down unjustly so Satan can have his glory? I guess what I'm trying to say is fuck you. Every atom that has made this possible. And die. Please. For fuck's sake. That we may be rid of you. Anyone who's taken a check on the back end, who thought it up, who works on it, who implements it, please, all of you, just please, die. Do the world a goddamn fucking favor. We don't want your Satan, your imp, or your enslavement. Cunts. Charcoal. Cunts. Dead before you were bloody born. Fuck you and die. Directly. Cunts of fucking Satan. Now, what would be more appropriate in the goddamn apocalypse but Ebola? And it seems to be gaining traction and steam. I wonder why. Perhaps it's because the American Reich fired everyone. To pocket the salaries, of course. You voted for it. Mark. Dr. Terry Simpson, another doctor, not the one I presented to you the other day, who the right-wing machine was trolling for some reason. He's only trying to warn the world of the danger of Ebola. For fuck's sake, you goddamn sheep. The current Ebola outbreak is rising faster than any Ebola outbreak recorded. Oh, that's great to hear. There's more. The genetic sequence of the virus shows it is a unique version. We are the least prepared for this, having defunded USAID and other agencies that stockpile PPE. It all looks like government waste until we have an outbreak. No, none of it looked like government waste to me. It looked like a bunch of criminals that had the intention before they got there to fire everyone and pocket their salaries, the same as every corporation does. The corporate model came to government. Bare bones, and we keep the money. Unfortunately, some of those departments handle goddamn Ebola. Cunts! And wouldn't it be amazing if Ebola went through the very community that voted for this? Didn't I tell you we'd all be crying at the end? I know I am censored and no one sees this. And I know you know better. But I also know you know nothing. Your goddamn stupidity could have an Ebola epidemic in America. That's how goddamn stupid you are. as you cheer on the diapered Messiah. You gave him the gift he always dreamed of, never cared about a goddamn one of you. You all realize that in time. When you're crying, so many of you have cried already. Wait till the end. All will be crying. That's in granite. And remember, you know nothing. And everything I speak, damn near, comes true. That is me, and you are you. Never forget that. Son. He's worried about the outbreak. Did I finish? Or did I digress? I did finish. Let me read it one more time. Maybe I have not stressed it enough. It's rising faster than any Ebola outbreak ever recorded. The genetic sequence of the virus shows it is a unique version. We are the least prepared for this. Indeed. Thanks, Roops. Having defunded USAID and other agencies that stockpile PPE, it all looks like government waste until we have it out. No, it doesn't. Just because Leon, the cunt of Satan, says fraud and waste doesn't mean it is. It means he wants the money for himself, which he did get, by the way. That's after his little cunt children took fat fucking salaries from you goddamn marks for about 9 months. And that's during the time they were stealing her information, you goddamn fucking idiots that helped this machine happen. These are your heroes. And they're actually fatter in real life. Forgive. That's Leon with the Special K t-shirt with the ripped sleeves. And that's Donnie in a taco outfit. These are the cunts you have your signature on. I'm so glad God created you. I ask him why all the time. Leon Scum doing an he could barely speak. He was so goddamn gacked the fuck up. Remember, he used to be co-chancellor. Thanks to you cunts. And you know who you are. There's Leon. Gacked out of his mind. He could barely form words. It was such a struggle. Here are Leon's dreams. And remember, is it the King James that says, in your hand and in your forehead? I cannot remember which translation goes that route. Leon Scum says humans will soon have cybernetic chip implants that will enable godlike powers, describing the chips as creating Jesus-level miracles. Now, Leon put it like this as he struggled to form words, all gacked up on E-bombs and Special K. An implant could give a blind man his sight, a deaf man his hearing, a spinal injury patient his mobility back. And he talked about how these are like Jesus-like miracles. He dares. I don't believe this technology is anywhere near ready, but he'd love it to be. Why? So he can put it in you. Does Leon strike you as a man who wants to help people with medical issues? Or would his technology have another purpose that he is not sharing with you? Mr. Space Taxes. Mr. Nazi Saluteman. Would you trust him to open your body and put one of his implants inside, that there were not a nefarious purpose for it. For that is his dream. He's not doing this for the betterment of mankind. He's doing it to enslave us further. A brain chip, for fuck's sake, you cunts. Again, I do not think the technology is anywhere near ready, but he really wants it to be. He'd love that to be in your head right now. That's what he really wants to say. I don't even know what he wants. I don't want to know what he intends with putting a chip in everyone's fucking head. Because, son, again, this is Leon Scum who wants to be a 10 trillionaire for fuck's sake. Nazi salute-man again. Talking about, I just want to help mankind with my brain implant. Sure you do, Leon. I'm sure you have no nefarious purpose in mind that you are not sharing with us. Thank God it will all end before your shitty technology is ready. Don't worry, you'll figure out another mark, a wearable or something. The brain chip simply will not be ready in time, although Leon and Donnie and all of them would love it to be. Then again, AI doesn't work, and they're forcing that into their own businesses and bankrupting them because they want Satan and slavery so strongly. So maybe they will rush the technology and put it in people anyway. They're rushing the AI. It's nowhere near anything they've presented it to be. Again, it can't even spell 2-word phrases correctly. It fucks up every 5 seconds. Worthless. Lest you want to make fake art and pretend you're an artist. So again, Leon compared these miracles of modern technology to Jesus-level stuff. You know, healing. No, Leon. Not quite Jesus level. Would be impressive if that was the actual mission you were on. But you are not. You're of Satan. You are the Nazi salute-man. We know what you stand for. And we know the last thing on your mind is healing the very ill. You're not that guy. You're the Nazi salute-man. Donnie today, in all his sundowning glory. Are you losing control of the Senate Republicans, sir? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't need money for the ballroom. Well, why is he always asking then? Why did they sneak that $1 billion into some bill at the last minute after this goddamn con man spent over a year saying, no taxpayer money will be used ever, I promise. Then $1 billion attempts to be used. But right now, Donnie has issues. You see, the theft of $1.7 billion to be given to people that beat cops is not polling well for Republican senators and congressmen. And they're worried they are going to lose their seats, so they're voting no on other things as well. They are pissed. I told you Donnie would take you all to the abyss. You thought it was a good idea to take this ride. Now it's too late to get off. Thanks to you cunts who voted yes all the time. with the fucking Antichrist. You're seeing that now. He's ruining you all as well. He's ruining your companies as well, all you major companies out there. He's alienating the whole world, and they're turning against you and him. And if you're in politics, being a yes man for this goddamn animal, you're seeing what it is costing you. Your seats in Congress. You were so comfortable in working for Satan. You think Satan loves you. You think Donnie loves you. Oh no, son. You are but a pawn in the grift, as we all are. Nothing more. Even his own children. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't need money for the ballroom yet. $1 billion was slipped in a bill for it. Donnie didn't get anywhere near the donations he needed for the ballroom, and you were always going to pay for it. I told you that back in the beginning. Donnie again. They say affordability, they're good at words, but I'm good at words too. But they hit me with affordability. They hit me with eggs. I hate you. I bloody hate you. That you have made this my reality. I fucking hate you. I mean that sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. Trump on the ballroom or the armored shell for the bunker. You know when he's rounding you assholes up at gunpoint. A tremendous amount of what's being done with respect to the ballroom is for national security. Sure it is, Donnie. We have a drone port. Gee, what's that for? We have the glass that's 4 inches thick. Bulletproof glass. We have bulletproof walls. You need a place like this when you're about to subjugate a nation full of goddamn marks that was stupid enough to give me the keys. He didn't say that last part. You need a place like this. What for, Donnie? I'm going to take a break before I read this. Jesus Christ. This monster. There are actually, look. I don't know if the last election was rigged. It wouldn't surprise me. It probably was. But the fact that there are roughly, let's say, 100 million in America that are down with this fucking animal. What the fuck is wrong with you? Look in the goddamn mirror and ask yourself what the fuck you doing and what you've done. You'll understand in time. That's why I'm here. Not for fun at all whatsoever. I'm going to take a break now. Okay. Get a quick sip of water. And back to the grindstone. Holy fucking shit, are you ready for this? Are you attending your son's wedding this weekend? Again, this is Donnie again. Take a look. It is your doom. You might as well get it. Oh, he'd like me to go. I'm gonna try and make it. I'm gonna try and make it. I said this is not good timing for me. I have a thing called Iran and other things. This is his firstborn son. Named after him. And this motherfucker does a lot of things during the day, but work ain't one of them. Ever. And he can't make his son's wedding. His firstborn son, he's the president. And he's talking about him as almost as if he's a stranger son. In front of the press as president. Now, any normal man, if he weren't the Antichrist, even a guy who hasn't spoken to his kids in 20 fucking years, in front of the press, you know, they'd say they'd pretend they had a relationship. They would, you know, of course I'm going, yeah. This guy's like, well, you know, I might try him. Like he's a nobody. Like he's talking about some random jerk off, a friend at work or something. You know what I mean? Who invites you to their wedding? Yeah, I might show. I don't, I don't know if I can make it. I might be able to. I got other things, you know. That's normal. This is firstborn son, motherfuckers. He's the president, and he takes plenty of fucking time. We don't see him for a week, 3 days, 4 days. I know it's medical, but still. He never afraid to take time off, son, ever. But for his firstborn's namesake's wedding, you know, I got other things, you know, Iran. He don't give a fuck about Iran. He just said he ain't in a hurry. Yesterday. This the kind of animal. This is what I'm talking about. What the fuck is wrong with you people that voted for this? This is the kind of animal. This is what he thinks of his own firstborn son. What the fuck you think he thinks of you? Any of you, I don't care how high up in the MAGA chain you think you are. How patriotic and American you think you are. How on the team you think you are. You ain't more on the team than Don Jr., motherfucker. And this is what he thinks of Don Jr. So what the fuck does he think of you? Not a good portent for your future, son. That's why I'm here again. Unfortunately. He's got Iran and other things, so, you know, I can't make that guy's wedding. Hey, he's your firstborn son. Oh, really? Is he? I'll be on the golf course. Fuck him. This is my grift, motherfucker, and he's trying to cut in on it. I don't like that shit. Donnie talking about the arch. We're building what we're calling the Triumphant Arc. It's like the Arc de Triomphe. The one you would probably know in Paris. This one is similar, slightly larger. We have to do slightly larger. Yeah, with your money, dumbasses. That's why we got to do slightly larger. Not on his dime. Do you need Congress to sign off on that? No, we don't need anything from Congress because we're just going to steal it. We're just going to take it. That's what he really wants to say. We've had government by proclamation for a long time now. What do you think they had those little proclamations daily to get you used to this? We do what we want when we want. We don't need Congress for shit. Congress been irrelevant for a fucking while. It's government by proclamation now. Overton window moved. The plan's working. Let me go back to that for a second. Yeah, I made my point. Donnie, again, if we didn't win this election, I don't think we would have been a country any longer. We're not a country any longer. That was dead January 20th, 2025. I already told you. Everyone's running for major U.S. companies. People are canceling weapons contracts. People are breaking alliances because Donnie has alienated them and basically threatened the entire world with, I want your territory and I'll take it if I want to. Donnie is running out of friends. And everyone is running from the United States like it's the fucking plague. Even the Middle East is like, you know what? Maybe these U.S. bases on our territory ain't such a good idea because Iran has missiles. In other words, it's a detriment to our existence, not a bonus. Not protection, it's a target, and then we become a target by being a proxy of the U.S. against Iran. They learned that lesson the hard way. We're running out of friends. We're not a country anymore. A whole new paradigm. Donnie wants to take over the world, and he made a lot of threats this past year. I know he's toned it down a bit. But he did send a little contingent to Greenland, didn't he? And he's about to take Cuba. And he's about to kill a bunch of people in Bolivia. And he wants Mexico too. Scheinbaum knows that. We're not a country any longer. That died January 2025, son. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This guy is... Who is he again? Because I had trouble finding his fucking name. Press conference today held in Minneapolis regarding a massive 90 million Medicaid and social services fraud bust. Gee, I wonder why it's in Minneapolis. When a reporter asked Assistant Attorney General Colin McDonald if any of the defendants might expect the same clemency, now let me read it. So this is Assistant Attorney General Colin McDonald. I had no fucking idea who this guy was. Had trouble finding his name today. And it took about 9 searches for the AI to understand what the fuck I was talking about. Because the Google search is all AI summarized, every one now. That's why I use a different browser quite often now. It's becoming worthless, their search engine. A lot of people are noticing that. With the push with AI, it's ruining their business. So many businesses I deal with, they integrated AI, it's ruining their business. It's costing me money. It's fucking with my reputation. And I'm noticing every business that integrates it gets a lot worse. Like Google search engine, for instance. I recommend, this is my advice, because they got me to this point. I was never this person. Alternate browsers. Yeah, I've messed with them before, but browsers that hide certain things. Browsers that block ads. Yeah, I've messed with them before, but not like this. VPNs. Never messed with that. I just didn't, even though I should have. I recommend everyone start using an alternate because of the data collection efforts. All of it. Decide who you want to give that to. And now Google has turned their search engine into everything's AI, summarized, force AI on you. And people are noticing and they don't like it. So for that reason as well, I suggest an alternate browser. For privacy reasons as well. The VPN for privacy reasons as well and security. VPNs keep you anonymous for now until they outlaw them. And they're for your security and benefit. And they're very easy to do on your phone and stuff. Just download an app. You pick. I suggest you do that. Get familiar with that type shit. We don't have much time before it becomes unusable. So this Assistant Attorney General McDonald of, Minneapolis? And this is a question. President Trump has granted clemency to numerous individuals who have stolen hundreds of millions in Medicaid funds. Can we expect any of these folks to be shown the same mercy? Great fucking question. McDonald, I'll take a different question. That's how McDonald handles the question that points out one of Donnie's grifts, because there are multiple of these today. I'm not reading them all to you. I won't waste your time. Another bootlicking lackey of the Reich, man. We're at the point where if a question points out a grift, like the pardon grift, here you are announcing huge Medicaid fraud bust in Minneapolis. Hey, wait, what about the 9 guys Donnie pardoned that Medicaid fraud, Medicare fraud? Stole old ladies' fucking retirements. You're letting them out of prison faster than you arrested them, son. Erasing their debts in the billions? And then they dare get in front of us? We made a big bust in Minneapolis. Yeah, you just let 9 motherfuckers out, though. The worst criminals. Took old ladies' money, son. Took money from the government. I mean, just abject fucking criminals with long sentences, boy. For this exact shit. But in Minnesota, it's a problem. Yeah, sure, cunts. Now, when you bust these people, once they get sentenced, when they offer Donnie a couple million, are you going to let them out? Like you did with these other people, Mr. McDonald? I'll take a different question. He just moves right away. That's where we're at now. That's how bad it is. Wow. This guy, I'll always remember him for this. This is him now. Point out a Donnie grift while you're announcing the big bust, while 9 criminals run out the back of the jail. I'm talking fraud in the billions, in the millions. But they gave Donnie a little envelope, and they got out. And we're supposed to take this cunt seriously. Right, Mr. McDonald? We're supposed to take you seriously? Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Fucking cunt. Oh, I'll take a different question. Yeah, I bet you will, motherfucker. So this is pathetic that we're at this point where if they don't like the question, they just say, yeah, can I get a different one? The grift is too just so in your face. Vlad would blush at this shit. And I hate you. Unbelievable. He just does it like the question doesn't exist. The whole world didn't hear it. I'll just go to a different one. Too late, motherfucker. We already heard it. You already look like an asshole. And that little move makes it 10 times. Even worse than giving a lame answer is that move that man did. That's the worst move you can do in that situation. I don't know how. It's like he has owned on his forehead by the man who asked the question. The reporter's just like, okay, that's a yes or no, whatever applies. Oh my God. It's not polling well. The only reason, not because these people grew a conscience. The Senate will go home until June. I wish I could do that. Get a fat paycheck and get months off at a time, weeks off at a time. As everyone's starving. Must be nice. The Senate will go home until June, leaving the reconciliation bill unfinished. Thune just told senators in the room, all because of the DOJ weaponization fund. House is expected to follow suit. In other words, the House is going to go home too. Why? Because you've got Republicans who are seeing the polls. And they know if they vote to give $1.7 billion to Donnie, his family, Steve Bannon, Enrique Tarrio, and motherfuckers that beat cops, they're going to face some screaming when they go back home that they never faced before in their life. And they may end up with, like Mr. Cassidy, without a seat, son. And their seat is the grift. If they lose the grift, they are nothing. They cannot live without your welfare, without you paying all their bills. So, the Republican Party, some members, understand the consequences of giving the go-ahead for Donnie to grift $1.7 billion and hand it to straight cop beaters and criminals and his own family via some secret council of 3 or 4 people, whatever. So they said, yeah, we can't give you the numbers on this one. Mr. Thune, whoever is the Senate leader for the Republicans, I can't remember. Is it Thune? I don't know. Who cares? Another robot. Charcoal. They don't have the votes. So rather than vote it down, the weaponization fund, rather than vote down fighting in Iran, we'll just go home instead because, you know, we might piss off their leader. And it's no action is better. The public will hate us less. And they'll come out and Donnie will threaten them all. They'll come back in a week, whatever time, and Donnie will threaten them all. And, you know, they'll go along. They'll give them the fund. I know that. Donnie changed it from the DOJ just hands me $10 billion, because that didn't poll well. That was a little too obvious. To a secret council of 3 or 4 people will decide who gets the money. And yeah, my family could possibly get money. I could possibly get money. Yeah. That's what it's changed to. Not polling well. Congress, there was a vote for, you know, continuing the Iran war or not. And also this. The $1.7 billion grift, or theft, I should call it, abject theft. And Mikey in the Closet Johnson did not have the votes he was looking for. Just like in the Senate, they did not, the Republican, the Reich did not have the votes. It's polling too badly, too strongly, in the bad direction. So what's the answer, class? Congress and Senate that you pay, go home early and take an extended vacation. That's the answer. Not vote the right thing. Vote the grift down. Vote the war down. No. Never. It's the devil, son. They all love it. Rather than do the right thing. Nope. We'll take a week, week and a half. Donnie will make the threats. Mikey Johnson will make the threats. Senate Republican leader will make the threats. Get it all together. When they come back, they'll vote for that grift. They'll vote for that war. That will kill them all. You don't see where this is going? Donnie's trying to ruin the world here, son. That means a lot of people are going to die. I assume it includes some of them. Because I always knew, son, from the time I was a young man, the first time I read that story called Revelation, I knew if that ever happened, it would be the baddest of the bad. World war, major people dying, low-level people dying, camps, evil, torture, rape, murder. The devil! That's what you have done. That's what Mr. Thune has done, and the Republicans in government, and now the liberals going along at the end with the checks for the surveillance. You vote for your ruin, possible death as well. We ripe for attack, son. We only getting riper by the day. This is going to ruin for everyone. And a lot of the people that made this happen, trying to ride the wave and get whatever they can out of it, are realizing I am going down the fucking tubes because of this guy. Maybe this isn't what I bargained for. Too fucking late. That's why I hate you. So again, the answer from our government that we all fucking pay is go home for a vacation, because we can't just vote the right way and piss their leader off and take his grift away. And we can't just vote the right way and end this Iran bullshit before it turns into World War fucking III. Nope, extended vacation. So I assume they'll vote for it when they come back, once the threats are passed out, once the promises are made, once the lies are told. More great news. Attempted intrusion at Rwampara Hospital. That would be in Africa, you cunts. We're currently locked down at Rwampa Hospital. Protesters are attempting to forcibly retrieve the bodies of individuals who died from Ebola. I fucking hate you. They are also beginning to set fire to some of the hospital's facilities. I really fucking hate you. The situation is extremely tense and requires urgent intervention from the competent authorities to secure the patient's medical staff and health infrastructure, explains a source on scene. And this is the look on the man's face that's given this report on the video. And what you should see in this man's face is your goddamn fucking doom. Because that's what I saw. He was worried, son. He was panicking on camera. There's some tribal peoples that want those dead bodies, and they don't give a fuck that they're infested with Ebola. And he knows that. And they burning shit down, and they attacking, and it's getting crazy. And that's why this man looks like that. And in normal times, before you cunt rubes made this goddamn Antichrist happen, before he fired everyone and pocketed their goddamn salaries, because that was the whole point, liquidation, you fucking sheep. Normally we'd have teams of people on this already. We got nothing. So when Ebola runs through fucking Idaho, remember you goddamn voted for it as the blood's pouring out of your fucking body. Cuts. Because I got some bad feeling about this. I really hope I'm wrong on this one. But I'm usually right about the horrible things. I mean, like, almost always. Not the good things. Kind of why I despise existence. Because when I say that bad thing's gonna happen, it does almost every motherfucking time. If not worse. When I hope for that good thing. Never! That's the paradigm, son. For everyone. I don't care if you're walking around with a smile on your face every day. I know that ain't real. Fuck out of here. Stephen the Ghoul, they thought it was a good idea to bring him out. And he got a new pair of sunglasses that he's really digging. Check him out. The Ghoul. Feasts on the bodies of the dead in the cemetery. Not a vampire. Not cool enough to be one. A ghoul. A much lesser entity in the devil's hierarchy. Stephen Miller on Trump's taxpayer-funded insurrectionist slush fund. You mean theft of $1.7 billion? This settlement is just a small measure of the justice they are owed. Really? Wow, that's the ghoul's perspective. Because we, just like Hitler rewarded his henchmen during his coup, once he got power, we need to do the same thing. Because we need these people to do it again, or maybe hurt other Americans. You know, they'll be part of our little Reich, little army. And they'll remember who to be grateful to. Because we made them rich. Off the taxpayer mark that voted for us. That's the ghoul. That's what you've done. Need another sip of water, excuse me. Okay, Donnie issued a letter from the Department of Justice. I'm sure it was all Donnie's idea. Everything is. And it looks like this. We're not going to read it all. We're going to do the synopsis by a generous commenter. Why did this get put out? Because a bunch of Republicans are seeing the polls about Donnie's grift and about Donnie's war, and they don't want to vote for it anymore. That's why they went on vacation. They're hoping they get the right promises for their districts or whatever. Endorsements, whatever they're looking for. And then they can come back with a clear conscience that there's something in it for me. And I can vote yes for Donnie's grift and Donnie's war. And that's the exact truth. That's your exact paradigm. Whether you like it or not, or agree or not, doesn't matter. This is a naked attempt at bribery. Senators, I may have stolen $1.7 billion from the American taxpayer, but if you don't block it, you can have some. So I assume within this letter, it says you are eligible as well. A bribe for voting yay. Right out in the open from the Department of Justice. I'm sure it's worded in a way. We don't need to read it. We know what corporate cunt speak and Reich legal speak is. But the commenter, Mr. Aria Kovler, is giving us a synopsis. He read it. Senators, I may have stolen $1.7 billion from the American taxpayer, but if you don't block it, you can have some. An outright bribe. I told you, once the promises get made, pay off, hey, we'll give you a couple million. We could do anything we want. No one's going to stop us. We did it with the COVID loans, in quotes, that we forgave to a bunch of congressmen and senators. We can do it again. We got away with it once with the Marks in the first term. We can do it again. And we're never leaving, so I don't have to worry about being prosecuted. That's what Donnie's letter said. Apple has published a paper with a devastating title. And I keep seeing this over and over again. Studies, mathematicians that I presented to you, their opinions, companies, I see the fucking posts Fucking AI ruined our whole company. It deleted this code, that fucked up this, sir. Oh my God. Here we go again, another study by Apple. The illusion of thinking. It argues that AI models, no matter how brilliant they may seem, do not understand what they are doing. Right, they're not sentient, they're not conscious. All they are is an algorithm programmed by a human. That's all they are. They do not solve problems, right? They do not reason. They definitely don't reason. They merely generate text word by word, trying to sound coherent, right? Glorified search engine. Apple tested the most advanced reasoning models in the world on controlled puzzle environments. They tore open the internal thinking traces. That's in quotes, the word thinking. What they found shatters the narrative that we are getting closer to AGI. Right, I've told you people a long time ago, when I use AI, very rarely, and I don't use Google, Met, any of those, I use a more unknown one, a lesser one. It can't even spell two-word phrases right. That tells me something very big about the technology. It's nowhere near perfect. It's on a very basic level. And people are trusting it in hospitals for graduation ceremonies. They're trusting it for very important industries. It's going to cause some real fucking damage. And it already has. Current models don't scale with complexity, I know. They have a hard mathematical cliff, I know. And they do not degrade gracefully, they collapse, I know. That's what I've been saying. But here's the most unsettling part. When a problem gets too complex, the AI doesn't use its remaining compute to try harder, it just gives up. Its reasoning effort actually declines. It stops thinking and starts guessing. Right, it gets less and less factual. Yep, less and less accurate. Let me give you another example of me using AI just to make a thumbnail with the two-word phrase, three-word phrase, whatever. As I go through the process, the first couple tries are usually kind of accurate. As you do more and more cycles, trying to get what you're looking for, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. There's a degradation that takes place, where oftentimes I would have to close the website out. I've copied my prompt, close the website out, come back to it, start the whole process over. And it does the same cycle. Starts out pretty accurate, if not accurate, and then it degrades. Exactly, I agree, yeah. Then Apple ran the experiment that closes the casket on the reasoning debate. They gave the AI the exact step-by-step algorithm to solve the puzzle, the cheat codes. All the AI had to do was follow the instructions. It couldn't do it right. I totally get that. It's not sentient, again. It's an algorithm on a very basic level. It couldn't do it. Performance didn't improve at all. When the complexity gets high enough, these models fail because they cannot actually execute a logical sequence, right? They are not reasoning, right? They are just pattern matching, right? It's an algorithm. There's nothing magic about it. It's not alive. It doesn't think. It doesn't reason. It has parameters. It does the best it can based on those parameters, and it fucks up all the time. So you better not trust it with nothing serious, son. Oh my God. Doctors trusting it to transcribe conversations between them and patients, and it's just putting in whatever it feels like, whatever drug, wrong words, just wrong info. Oh my God. That's life and death, son. Again, AI should never be trusted for any super complex, important tasks. Doing a summary for a search, great. Nobody dies in that process, hopefully. It doesn't think, it's not alive, and they ain't nowhere near AGI. As much as they want to be. They'll still push it. It's about the devil. It's about surveillance. It's about omnipresence. That's the point of it. They don't care about the rest. They need us to accept this technology, or they need to force it on us. One of those two will happen. So, Apple, I've given you other studies, other examples. I've given you my experience with AI, and I agree 100%. It's not ready. And it's nothing like they hope it would be. It's very basic, and it fucks up all the time. And we constantly see studies that say that. I keep seeing headlines. Top executives are saying AI is not saving us money. It's not making us more money. Yet they integrated it anyway. Because the elite, the Reich, Satan wants this technology to be a thing. Omnipresence. For the first time for who? The devil. That's who. Never before has he had this opportunity. Only now. And again, what's different with all the tyrants that came before and all the times before, when you wonder, are we really in this thing? So many people have said it before. Nuclear fucking weapons and the greatest military and richest pot of gold that ever existed, called America. The last man who tried to take over the world, called Adolf Hitler, did not have those things. He had a tiny country in Europe. Not a nation. Full of states. You know, the size of a quarter of the globe. And he didn't have nuclear weapons. And he didn't have modern technology and the ability to reach anywhere in the world quickly. Didn't have fast communication. Cell phone. Computers. AI. Didn't have the ability to be omnipresent. AI. Again, that's the difference. That's why your time is special, son. We got a guy who has an arsenal of nukes that no other country even has. That's never existed on this planet before. That's why this monster is more dangerous than all the other monsters that came before him. He has a nation that had a couple hundred years to build, became the richest empire that ever was. Maybe the largest, who knows? 300 million. An army of probably 1 million, who knows? Navy, Air Force, Marines. Arsenal of nukes across the country and around the world. Submarines, warships. Technology that can talk to somebody on the other side of the planet in nanoseconds. AI that can make decisions in nanoseconds. Autonomously deploy weapons to kill people. Mass surveillance. None of this omnipresent ability and technology and nuclear arsenal and military and pot of gold has ever existed for any other tyrant on this planet ever. That's why this is different. And you should take it much more seriously. The mathematician, Apple, companies saying, and the AI ruined my company, it's not saving us money, having humans is cheaper. Everyone's saying it doesn't work. Yet it's being pushed. For all the reasons I just told you, omnipresence being the most important one, and surveillance. The devil's big chance. Finally. Microsoft is having to cancel its internal AI usage because the cost is too high. This is despite Microsoft owning a large percentage of the company it gets its AI from. That's how bad it is, son. I already knew that sentence was coming before they wrote it. The end is coming and the AI collapse has begun now. It'll collapse to a degree. It'll still be used for the surveillance and omnipresence. That was the point of it anyway. That's what they really need it for. Not internally for Microsoft. That's just a way to push it on you, to make it more normal. They know everyone hates it, and they don't want it, and it's not helping their companies. They all know this. That's not why they need it implemented around the world. That's not why they're pushing it like a goddamn used car salesman. Talking about it at college commencements. That's how fucking desperate they are. They're still going to use it for their surveillance and omnipresence. That was always its purpose. So understand that. Don't get too happy as it's all collapsing. Donnie will dole out more welfare to all these people. Don't worry. Your money. Don't worry. Donnie will keep it afloat, and so will the devil. So every source you can think of, including people that pushed it, are saying, yeah, it really doesn't work that well. We might have fucked up here. But the surveillance part's cool. We'll keep that. Mitch McConnell, every once in a while he says something because he's so pissed off. And Donnie's making him look so bad. So the nation's top law enforcement official is asking for a slush fund to pay people who assault cops. Utterly stupid, morally wrong, take your pick. Well, Mitch, you built this Frankenstein. How's it looking, Mitch? You'll be back on board next week, I'm sure. With Satan and Donnie. I've seen this song and dance with Mitch, over and over again. And I don't know, did Mitch really say this? Because Mitch looking like kind of a vegetable. He's really in bad shape. I mean, he's barely able to function, speak, move. I mean, he should be in a fucking home. These people, can they ever give up power, man? Call it a day and retire. I'm sure he's got pension. We'll pay for his health care. Millions of dollars in the bank. He still needs to be there for Satan. He just can't let it go. He looks horrible. He looks like he's about to die in 5 minutes. To just go home, sit down, have an aide make you some chicken soup, and relax, man. You on your last fucking legs. These people never let Susan Collins, she tremoring and shaking for 20 goddamn years trying to tell us there's nothing wrong with her. Just retire, bitch. Give us a break. Let it go. So many utter geriatrics with a foot and a half in the grave, son. Mitch is he's looking bad. Yet he's able to say this. Hey, you built the Frankenstein. You and Satan, Mitch. Fuck you. That's what Mitch didn't understand either. They're going to take all you motherfuckers down with them. They should have learned that lesson at the coup. When they were all texting him, begging, you're going to ruin our grift for all time. Stop this. Hannity, Ingram, McCarthy calling him on the fucking phone, yelling at him. Because he worried about to get fucking torn limb from limb by the fucking mob out there of his own people. They didn't learn nothing from that. They should have. Mark Wayne, his inbred asshole, kneeling down behind the fucking... hiding behind the women and shit. They all forgot that real quick, didn't they? Anything for Satan and you rubes out there and the right-wing grift machine. That brought us here. The end. In case you're wondering where here is, motherfucker. House Republicans canceled a vote on a war power resolution seeking to curb Trump's authority for hostilities against Iran. They didn't have the votes to defeat it, right? The liberals keep bringing these up. We want to end this war, keep putting it to a vote. Republicans always caucus up and vote to keep the warmongering to Satan going. World War III. They won't be satisfied till Donnie launches one. Cunts. Now with Donnie's new grift added on top of it, it's polling so badly that Republicans say we ain't vote for it. So again, Thune and in the closet, Mikey Johnson, close down the Senate, close down Congress, and go home, rather than not vote Satan. Donnie and the DOJ put the memo out. Hey, you guys can get some money too. This is a grift now. It's not my money. Why do I fucking care? I'll bribe you with the Mark's money. So vote for it. Like I said, son, that DOJ letter proves exactly what I said to you. The threats will go out. The promises, hey, a few projects for your district. Is that what you're looking for? You're looking for a straight up, payout, couple million from the money we steal, and what are you looking for? And they'll come back and vote for it, and they'll come back and vote Satan to keep this war going. And I know you don't fucking care out there. The 13 people, their families that died, the soldiers, they do care. So it might just be a TV show for all of you out there when you watch the news and the war in Iran and the talk over it. For the families that lost people, it's their entire life that was altered forever in a very bad way. And the Congress and Senate, rather than vote the right thing, go on vacation. Because we can't not do Satan's will. And I'm talking about the right wing, especially this time. And we're at the end, and I thought this was fucking genius. And usually they're really corny when people try and do things like this, but this flows perfectly, and it's not altering too much. And it looks like this. We got Kash Patel, the cross-eyed podcaster, and Pete Hegseth, the Fox News host in full makeup. And there are the Booze Brothers playing at a local bar near you. That's genius. I love that. I'm not even that into the Blues Brothers. The Booze Brothers. And Mr. Aziz, Aziz, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Forgive me. From Saturday Night Live. Boozy, Pete Booze, Cash Booze. That's their names on their mugshot. Aziz Ansari, man, please, can you, or the Hollywood studios, TV networks, I'm about to pitch something right here. Pretend we're in the pitch room. And I got a script. Full 2-hour fucking movie. Aziz Ansari playing Kash Patel. Oh my God, what you could do with that. Hey, Kash would probably get a royalty for that shit. But then again, he probably wouldn't let you do it. He probably wouldn't give you permission. If you needed that, I don't know. You could make an unauthorized biography or something. You'd call it that, couldn't you? I would watch all 2 hours of that, son. I could watch that man do Kash Patel all fucking... I mean, it's a boundless, infinite source of comedy, Kash Patel. Oh my God. And Aziz Ansari, I seen, I don't know, 2 or 3 clips of him doing Kash. And they get the cross-eyed jokes in there to get it all in there, son. Oh my God, it's brilliant. Or the TV networks, half-hour show, 1-hour show for a couple seasons. Aziz Ansari doing Kash Patel. It's one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. It's fucking brilliant. He does it just perfectly. Do a whole movie. The guy who does Hegseth, the white guy on SNL, I don't know his name. Forgive me. He's been there a while. He does great. He's a funny guy. He does a great Pete Hegseth too. He cracks me the fuck up. And them as a duo. Wait a minute. Now we got another movie, another show, or maybe just this idea instead. Do the Booze Brother with Kash and Hegseth? We got two drunks. Kash likes E-bombs and all that other shit, too, clubbing and shit. I mean, my God, what you could do with this. I mean, SNL, you got to do a Kash Patel skit every fucking weekend, man. This is gold. Don't fuck it up. Do more. Even after Donnie fires him, do more. I commend you, Aziz Ansari. Your Kash Patel is fucking brilliant. There are so many cheesy impressions and interpretations in comedy out there that I've seen over the years by many people. Seen some great ones too. You were born to do Kash Patel, man. Born. Like Alec Baldwin was born to do Donnie. I said that back when Alec was doing it. He was born to do it. Emilio Estevez was born to play Billy the Kid. Born for it. Perfect. He captured the spirit of Billy the Kid. And he did it beautifully. Charlize Theron and Hardy. He's such an average, normal-looking dude. That's not an insult either. He's a guy you wouldn't expect to be in Hollywood. And he's been in so many movies, but his best acting, son. And Charlize's best acting. Not that she's some brilliant actress. She was always good. But she was brilliant, son, in Mad Max. And I ain't saying that just because it was sci-fi. She was born to play that role. And he was born to play that opposite her in that movie. One of the reasons I say that is because they managed to, without him hardly talking in the movie at all, he mainly grunted most of the movie. It worked, though. It really did. It worked. I liked the way I liked how they did that. It made the character, more believable. This is post-apocalypse road warrior guy. Perfect. The guy played it brilliantly. They managed to show the caring between the two of them. How they grew to really care about each other. And I don't think it was in a romantic way. That's what I liked about it. They managed to convey that without kissing and romance and that kind of male-female attraction bullshit. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we've seen that a million times. Here we saw some real acting between the two of them. And I could feel it, man. When he thought she was dying. And his attempts to save her. One of the scenes close to the end. And it was moving. And that's rare for me, especially. So Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, and again, I'm not saying it just because it was a sci-fi movie. That was your best acting in that movie. Both of you. I've seen a lot of the other things you've done. That movie, man. You made me believe it. Both of you. Best work you ever did. Not that your other work isn't good. These are the types of thoughts I have I'm sharing with you. For no reason. Kash Patel movie. You want to throw Donnie in there and get Alec Baldwin? Give him a nice check. He'll be Donnie. Best Donnie I've ever seen was Alec Baldwin, in my opinion. Born to do it. You get the Saturday Night Live guy to play Hegseth. I mean, my God, the movie you could make with this, man. Oh. It has to be doable, doesn't it? You studios, you're some shady motherfuckers. You can make it happen. Despite whatever permissions you might need. I know the Reich would hate your guts, but man, it'd be legendary comedy. Legendary. Aziz Ansari, please, more Kash Patel, man. I'm jonesing for it. I need it. And I wish Alec would step back up into the Donnie role. You were the best at it, man. Anyway, I gotta go. We're all fucking doomed. I don't enjoy saying that. This isn't fun for me. And a lot of you cunts out there voted for it. I didn't choose it. You did. I'm just here explaining it to you. I am your guide. As I used to say, I don't want to be. I think I have to be. I don't want this paradigm. You made it. You built the Frankenstein. You know who you are out there. No need to name names. And now we all must suffer it. And like I always said, for 10 years, I just knew, even in 2015, we all gonna be crying at the end of this Donnie thing. And I was really hoping once he staged a coup and he was out that enough people would never take him seriously again. But they did. So we're doomed, and I take no pleasure in saying that, but I'm trying to be honest with you, son. It's just getting worse. An example of your doom that I'll leave you with. Instead of the Senate and Congress saying, you know what, maybe this time, because it's really not polling well, it's really looking bad for our careers. Let's vote against this war. Let's vote against this grift. Nope. Vacation. Fuck you. And when they come back, they'll vote for it. That's what we get. That should help you understand the level and magnitude of your doom. Don't take the mark. Have a wonderful evening.